Hi guys. I got some question on Instagram I thought was interesting. And of course, you guys could answer or ask any questions that you have. But somebody said something like, well, it's the woman's response. Because I said, if you want to figure out more cool stuff with your sex life, then do it. Don't wait for your wife, who's low libido, to want to research your sex life, right? How fair is that? Do you research like organization techniques on Pinterest? If that's her shit, let her organize, her heart out. And if she asks for help, then go help. But it doesn't have to be like your hobby, to like improve the organization in your home if that's her thing. So if sex is your thing and she's a low libido person who's like trying her best to accommodate you, don't also expect her to be the one to spearhead and team lead any sort of initiatives at improving the intimacy. However, somebody said that they see online, like women say something like, he was rubbing the wrong spot for 20 minutes, like what an idiot. Why didn't she just move his hand? Well, yeah, like totally. I mean, beyond, obviously, I agree, and anybody with any sense agrees with that. If a guy is literally doing something you don't like in bed, then tell him to stop and what to do instead. If the only kind of situations where that does not work are when the woman literally has no idea what else he could do because she has so little prior experience. And number two, when the guy is super, super sensitive and rejection sensitive. So in these situations, the woman does tell him something to do different, and he basically almost tries to convince her that she's wrong. And if you think that that's wrong, I have an entire post about that. Husband's foreplay technique is lacking is the title. And send likes if you're watching this. So yes, of course, if you are actually in the middle of terrible sex, then you should obviously tell your partner to stop and do something else. If there is nothing he has ever done that you have ever liked, then that is a problem. And that's when you should go to an intimacy coach like Heather. And at my practice, you could always reach out to schedule with her and or do some reading, some books. There's some site, oh my God, yes, OMG, yes. I have plenty of podcasts and posts about how to be better in bed technically. But men usually have much less experience than the woman realizes. And so they don't know everything. They certainly can't know what you like if you've never told them, and you can't know what you've liked if you've never liked anything. So while if a man, like if the woman's okay with everything and the guy just wants to research how to make things better, cool, like do that, there's always stuff you could learn. But if she actively hates things that you are doing, of course, if you're a woman in that situation, you are allowed to say, and you should say, oh, no, not that, this, and then show him what to do instead. And if you have no idea, never let him keep doing something that is painful or aversive. Tell him to stop, and then you guys can figure it out later. What, if anything, obviously something needs to change, but what needs to change? But a lot of women who grow up really sex negative are like unaware that they can just stop. Of course you could just stop. If something hurts you, you just stop. That's life. You say, ouch, and then you stop. So some women don't think you could do that. Yes, you could do that. If you find something to be very uncomfortable, you could also say, stop. 99% of women don't have trouble with this. But there are maybe 90% of women don't have trouble saying, no, stop, that hurts, right? But there are some women who are trained to just kind of, by purity culture or religion or just being a super big people pleaser or by a sexual abuse history, that they are not allowed to say when they don't like something in bed. So then they just have terrible, even painful sex because they just think that that's what they're supposed to do. No, sex is supposed to be pleasurable. If you're not enjoying it, stop. 100%, 1,000%. You should not be doing something that is uncomfortable or painful. No way, no how. Definitely not. There are a million things you could do in bed. You could figure out more of them. You definitely don't have to do the ones that make you super uncomfortable. There are infinity ways to enjoy yourself in bed. So send me a like if you agree with that, which I can't imagine anybody would not agree with, is if something hurts or makes you feel really weird, stop. And that's totally fine. And that's called being in a relationship versus being in a master-slave relationship, which is not what most people want to be in. And if they want to be in it, that's consensual. And you know what? That person's also allowed to say, time out, safe word, I don't like this. So anyway, just wanted to give that as a PSA. Never have to do something that is really, really aversive to you. There are a million other things to do in bed, so you never have to just be quiet and suck it up and then eventually start hating sex completely. That is not the way to live. All right. Well, I do have to go, guys, to a client, but I just wanted to say that because it seems like some women don't really know that they're allowed to just not want to do something. You, of course, the most sex positive, high libido women have preferences, things they like, things they don't like, and anybody could feel pain, and the guy doesn't know you're feeling pain unless you tell him. So you got to tell him and stop. That is something that is a totally healthy, normal boundary. All right. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.